that snow that I was telling you was possibly coming, but hoping it wouldn't. It came. But, I mean, it's gone. Just a few remnant spots is it still left, but we probably got about an inch. That was Thursday. Today is Saturday morning. So it's gone away pretty quick, and I think the moisture's gone away quite a bit. So I'm hoping that I can get back in the field soon. Maybe this afternoon sowing some wheat. So Wednesday we finished stripping a field, and I stayed up real late sowing the wheat there. I got home about 3 a.m. That was fun, but I wanted to get it all in case it did snow, and it did. So I was glad to get that in the ground. Now, not much moisture out of that snow, but a little. So hopefully that'll help everything that's in the ground to germinate. We'll see. And then maybe there's some better moisture for what I have to finish. So today I'm going to try to get things ready so that we can do whatever. I'm going to get the grain cart. The Wednesday night when it was super late and I was tired, I had to bring the grain cart to the barn to get it under cover. And it's got the tongue, the wheels turn with the tongue, and they're really hard to back up. So that was fun trying to do that at 2:30 in the morning in the dark. So I was frustrated. I just got the skid steer out and just used it to move it in. That was way easier. But anyways, so I'm here to get the grain cart out. I'm going to take it back to my parents because it should be clear skies for a while. And then I'm going to get the strippers blown off. Hopefully get diesel. I got diesel yesterday. I'm going to get the diesel in the everything, so it's ready to go. And I think that's it. And if I can sow, I may fill up the grain cart or the grain drill and sow some this afternoon. We'll see. I got to go check and see what the ground looks like. I had my yard all nice and smoothed and pretty, and then it's still wet here. So I did all that smoothing. I think that's making it sloppier than it really probably is. But this doesn't get sun till the afternoon, and the afternoons are short, so it's just taking longer for it to dry. And it was some of that loose powdery dirt, I think, holding more water than normal. So love that. Here's the culprit. Tongue tied to the wheels. You back up, it starts doing crazy things, and it's a challenge. I know there's some people that are really good at it, but that wasn't me. That wasn't me, especially really late. So pulling forward, I'm pretty good at that. Thank goodness for telescoping tongues. Don't forget to latch them back by just driving backwards. These carts are nice and handy with the auger and ability to pull it with a pickup and all that, but man, they are rough pulling. This thing is less than half empty, half full. But early morning and the tires are cold, it's kind of got flat spots, it'll start bouncing. Oh, stay on the road. It'll start bouncing. It already kind of jerks on you. That's why we switched the hitch to bulldog hitch instead of just a pin connection. That pin, there was a slop there that would rattle on you. My hitch has some play in it that I thought I could eliminate, but I can't. But it just starts bouncing. Like, I don't know if you caught that or not, but I mean, look behind me. That thing, I'm going 16 miles an hour and it just bounces. Or if you go too fast, it starts wiggling on you. This red cart worse than the greens, but stop bouncing. Anyways, I'll be here for a minute. to check the oil on this compressor before I move it. Check that there's oil in there. Check my coolant level and check the oil. And it's good. This thing is just easier just to pick up and put on there myself. I'm just going to the strippers, which are right there, but don't really want stuff dragging. Well, they picked the modules up that we had stripped down there. There's 3 of them, and it didn't look too messy, so that's a good sign. I got just a little bit of mud turning around right off the highway where it drained off the highway. I got into some mud, but I think I'm not surprised by that. It's a low spot off the highway. So who knows what'll happen. I don't think stripping today, probably, but I'll go check the lint and the ground at the fields we're going to next. But I still got to do this anyways. Now it's going to be a little bit wet. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'll blow off just fine. But I've got some stuff to clean off here. It was a messy day. The day we finished. I don't know. It doesn't look too messy. Much messy. Oh, that's pretty dry. I'm sure there'll be some wet underneath there, but that'll blow off just fine. Oh, good. I was nervous about that. So, all right, we'll get them cleaned off, and then find other stuff to do. What I think happens is when I start it, I think the engine would start, but it immediately starts wanting to build pressure up, and that's just too much load on it. So I try to kind of feather this sometimes, so it's not trying to hold and build pressure, but it just doesn't like the cold too much. Look there, it's starting to build. It's close. Come on, baby. See, it's trying to build up to this resting pressure like 60, but it just can't get there just yet, so. I'll get it. Try this cold weather starting one more time. Hold it. Man, almost. All right, I'll get it. All right, I finally got it. Before this light comes on, I got to turn this to run. Maybe. Yep. Well, that's a good sign. Normally it dies at that point, so I'm just gonna let this kind of run and do its thing for a little bit. I gotta get these hoses unwound, which is always fun. Turn that off next time. Alright, I think I'm ready. Just imagine, dirty, clean. I'm done with the big hose. That probably would have been one to show you. That was a lot. But I got some wet spots from where some dirt and lint and stuff had accumulated. I didn't want that to get rusty, so tried to blow all that off best I could. I mean, it's a mess around here. And I didn't get all this. I'll come back with a small one. I missed some. This is from above. I just missed it. So, all right, I'm gonna take the shields off and then blow with the smaller black hose. And then I'll be finished. So I showed you that these screens get clogged up and that can make the engine overheat. The other thing is these radiators just get lint on them. So that's what my main focus now is to get those clean. This is the worst. Today is inside of here on Dad's. It's just a compartment and it's not open on the other side, so it just blows back on you. That one's fun. And then just getting all this lint, especially around this manifold in case it gets hot, because it does get hot. My radiator is bigger. It's got a better design because it's open all the way, so I can get here and get up underneath and get that all cleaned out. So, whew, almost done. Now for diesel. Stinker is that this is a 2-inch ball. The grain cart is the same as the air compressor, so I'm going to change it to 2-inch. Change it right back to 2 5/16. Not that big a deal. It's not that hard. You know, but if you're picking, you want everything just to go nice and perfect. Wrong way. Stop, Bill. Quit licking me. Went a little far. Maybe I can push it. Did I? Yeah. I could have left that off if I'd have thought about it. Oh well, I like doing that a bunch of times over and over. much got almost everything I wanted to get done. The only thing was I didn't get to fill up the grain cart, but that's all right. That won't take me too long. I was going to do a little bit of greasing on the front end and the pivot of the grain drill 8260 on the tractor. Otherwise, everything is ready to rock and roll. I was just talking to Dad. I think I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. I'm going to go look at Graceland, the next field that we're planning to go to see what the plant looks like, the lint and the bolls, because, and that was my question too, is it's dry on top, but right below the surface it's pretty wet, and so the grain drill might kind of slice through some of that and not close the trench very good, or kind of gum up on the discs, and nobody wants to be unlocking discs. So it could be better to strip if we can, even though it's windy today. The humidity's plenty low, so if the plant's ready, maybe we'll strip, stay on top of the ground, instead of getting into the ground with a drill and come back. It will pack a little bit because it's wet with the stripper. That's the negative of that. So wherever the drill will go, whether we drove, it'll be harder and it won't go on the ground as good. But we got to get the cotton out. So let's go find out. All right, here I am. Let's see. Listen. Not cracks a little. Not that I know what this sounded like before. I hadn't been over here in a while, but I think it could go. You know, there's just going to be some of this here where that's pretty wet. We're going to pack that all on the floor. Pack that. So I think the cotton's okay. It's not great, but the humidity's low, the wind is high. So I think that it should continue to dry as we strip. That's my thinking. This cotton, I don't know, it looks maybe better out here than I anticipated. It's just got a lot of these bolls that are that didn't, like that. But that's what's been at my parents' house too. And it's stripped pretty good and fluffy, so maybe it'll turn out pretty good. And we're off. Decided to wash the windows off a little bit. Got a little bit of some rain, junk, mixed with dirt, run down the windshield, especially on Dad's. So we just dropped the truck off, and now we're heading to the field. All right, here we go. Fan. Cleaner. Throttle. I know I reset my header, but I'm going to do it again just to make sure. I'm going to reverse my row units, make sure there's no junk in there. Let's strip some cotton. So far so good. Also the cotton is a lot better here. So far, at least it looks that way. It's fluffier. So we'll see. Hoping that it makes better. It doesn't just look it, it actually is better. Well, we're kind of stripping out a little pad here to set the builders. We're going to be dumping every round. That's a lot better than I expected. So again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that the cotton's awesome, but it's fluffier. It is better, I think. It tells me that. These are long rows. But anyways, every round. Alright, got the builders moved, set up. Had a neighbor come by and offer to take a stack to the truck. So thank you, Bill Steele. Appreciate that. So Dad's gonna go get my truck and I'm gonna dump and keep stripping, and he'll get back and he'll keep stripping. Status update. Everything still is going good. Probably, but you can kind of tell the way it's feeding in sometimes. This is like twin row cotton, because when I planted it and replanted it, the GPS was different. You know, I had the shifts. You know, the shifts were off because I moved the planter around to try to get it on the strip till beds to get into good moisture, and then when I replanted it, I just put it on at 0 shifts and just stuck it wherever it should go. And so I've got some spots. This isn't as bad, but there's been some areas where it's pretty wide. Now it seems to be feeding through the stripper pretty well, or through the row units pretty well, and not making a huge mess. So thankful for that. I just didn't really know what it was going to do going through the header when the rows might be 6 inches apart, because normally when you're replanting, you might kill most of the cotton that's there. When it's 6 inches over, it didn't kill this stuff, so it just planted right next to it. So my first experiment with twin row cotton. So far, I wouldn't recommend it. that's the update. We're gonna probably finish these modules, maybe strip the next basket for the next ones tomorrow, and then tarp them, call it a night. But we just turned around. Dad's still going, so I don't know how far I'll make it, but so I don't know how far I don't know how far he'll make it, but I'll keep you posted. Well, that's the end of the road. He did pretty good. I'd say, gosh, I really have no way of knowing where I'm at in the field, but halfway or so. So a round and a through. How do I say this best? He was on his second round and he made it halfway back on his last through of his second round. Does that make sense? Well, got him tromping. Kind of call him full. Mine's a little fuller than Dad's, but we'll call it for the night. And we're gonna get these tarped. It's dark. I'd love to show you more of that, but it's dark. So tomorrow there will be more, and you keep watching, keep subscribing. We are fairly close to 1,000 subscribers, so you could be the one that puts this channel over the top. So be the person that makes it happen for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So we're really close to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, really close, like less than 200. That seems like a lot when we've been kind of hovering here for a while, but this could be the video that makes it happen. You can do it. So thanks for watching. Keep watching. This is cotton farming in West Central Texas, called Rolling Plains, called the Big Country, West Texas. Some people from like far west would be upset me calling it West Texas, but it's Texas. And we're stripping cotton in January. Not usual, but we're doing it. So thanks for watching. Keep watching. If you're gonna farm it.